Having a dinner of Chinese food in China, you don't have to use chopsticks. But if you're able to use it or you're trying to get yourself used to it, then your friends and suppliers will be impressed. And it can even be a great topic in the dinner time as well. But there are so many taboos in using chopsticks. You may find it impossible to use it after knowing all of them. But don't worry, as a foreigner, you're not required to follow all the rules. And people would love to watch that you're trying. And in this video, I will teach you how to use chopsticks correctly and share the taboos in using chopsticks to you. First, the correct way of using chopsticks. To be honest, no one had a proper lesson before starting using chopsticks, and we just get used to it. That's why you may have seen a lot of ways of using chopsticks. And today, I will show you a standard way. Here, I have one pair of chopsticks. Maybe you can find one and try with me. I will show you the standard way. It's very easy, you know. Here are two pieces of chopsticks. As you can see, one is upper, the other one is lower. I can actually take out the upper one. The lower one, you can see that it's supported by the ring finger and controlled by the thumb. Okay? It's kind of like fixed. You cannot move it around. But the upper one, it's supported by the middle finger, the index finger, and the thumb. Okay? So the upper one, it works as the main part to get and pick up the dishes. Okay? But the thing is that you cannot do like this. If you take the other end of the chopsticks, or like this. Why it doesn't work? Because in the end, you can hardly make the two chopsticks work together. You can see here are too much space, so you cannot clip the dishes. In the other end, it's the same reason. Too much space, you cannot pick up the dishes. So you need to find a proper position of your palm. You put the two chopsticks in the right positions between the fingers. Okay? So you can move it around and pick up the dishes you want. Let's try. Here I got some dishes for you. A sticker. A small bag. Or a big one. A wallet. Okay? And a pen. Sorry that I don't really have some dishes for you, but if you're here in China, let me know and I can invite you for some Chinese food, and you need to show me your chopsticks skills. Next, what are the taboos in using chopsticks? Number 1, never stick the chopsticks into the rice bowl in a vertical position. If we did this when we were kids, our parents would scream at us or even snap our face, as this is more like a traditional way to serve and memorize the ancestors with the incenses sticking into the rice bowl. Number 2, never separate the chopsticks. The chopsticks are made of two, and that's how they will work together. And Chinese people love even numbers. As kids, we were used to separate the chopsticks and play it with both hands. That's not encouraged at all. Number 3, never use the chopsticks to hit the table or plates. Using the chopsticks to hit the table or plates, it will make a lot of noises. And the way of doing this is more like the beggars begging the food or money on the street. It does not sound good luck or best wishes. That's why it should be avoided all the time. Number 4, never use chopsticks to point at someone. Using chopsticks, knife or fork to point at anyone is regarded as impolite, and this simple action will make people uncomfortable. First, your chopsticks may stain with food, and it looks like that you're commanding someone or you are not happy about something. If there is something unhappy, make sure that we talk about it after the meal. Number 5, never taste the chopsticks. The chopsticks work as a tool to pick up the food and send it to your mouth. The whole process does not take much time. But if you're tasting the chopsticks, biting it, and don't let it go, that's a whole different thing. And it can be worse if the action makes noises. Probably you can imagine that all the people around the table will pay attention to you. Number 6, not sure what dishes to pick up. It happens that you're holding the chopsticks and all of a sudden you don't know what dishes to pick up. Or if you're looking for or digging in the plate and making the whole dish looking terrible, that's not recommended. Number 7, avoid picking up the dishes when the chopsticks stain with food. It's unavoidable that the chopsticks will stain with food when you're using it, but just make sure that you clean it with a spoon or something else. Number 8, avoid picking up the same one dish constantly. In China, every dish is supposed to be shared, and if we pick up the same one dish constantly, then it may leave others with no choices. Even the dish may taste great, but sharing makes everyone happy. And there are many more. For example, don't drip when you are picking up the dish and avoid using the other end of the chopsticks. So much and so, those are taboos, or to be specific, etiquettes in using chopsticks. But no one can follow all of them, and for you, a guest from a foreign country, you are always welcome and encouraged to use chopsticks. But make sure to make yourself comfortable and request knife and fork at any time. And beyond all of that, you may not know that chopsticks can be gifts as well. For example, present to a newly married couple is to wish them to have a precious baby as soon as possible. And present to a friend who just moved into a new house is to bless them starting a brand new, happy life. That's all about chopsticks. And again, don't be too strict to yourself. And I cannot wait to have a Chinese dinner with you and watch you using chopsticks.